BabyMonster has struggled even before making its debut. However, the most unfortunate part about it all is that Ahyeon will not be making her stage debut alongside the other members. However, rumors suggest that there is something more to this shocking news. Because of this, fans are curious if YG Entertainment was telling the truth when they made a statement that Ahyeon's absence was due to health concerns. So what exactly is the reason behind her sudden departure, and is there a chance for her to make a comeback? Okay, cool, let's find out. We are already aware of the chaos surrounding BabyMonster's debut, and I think we can all agree that things were pretty messy from the get-go. For instance, after the company announced its launch date, it was pushed back to increase quality. But while everyone vented about YG's inconsistency and lack of preparation for their upcoming girl group, another issue surfaced. Ahyeon, one of the most popular members of the BabyMonster, will not be joining the debut. There were some unfounded rumors in September suggesting that Ahyeon had left, which confused the fans. An internet community member even wrote a lengthy post about it, outlining all the reasons they believed Ahyeon had been removed or left the group. The user pointed out that while the company's official account continued to post reels of the other BabyMonster members, nothing about Ahyeon had been posted since the start of July. Furthermore, no one ever saw her entering or exiting the YG building, whereas the other members were regularly seen. The netizen further stated that Ahyeon was the only member of BabyMonster who did not attend Blackpink's concert, which had been a glaring red flag. Because of this, fans started speculating how this would affect the remaining girls. Since she was one of the group's most well-known members, everyone knew that her departure would be catastrophic for the group. Plus, to be honest, YG couldn't afford to lose one. I mean, YG lost Daesung, Taeyang, and G-Dragon along with the entire econ this year, so losing another artist will surely affect the company. After all of these setbacks, it appears that the company's only hope for survival is Akmu, Treasure, and now BabyMonster. But their chances of survival would be very slim if they lost Ahyeon. Even more netizens agreed, writing in their comments that the group would be helpless without Ahyeon, noting how she is the post-Jennie. Of course, coming from one of the big three companies usually guarantees success, but YG has been experiencing a string of setbacks recently, so even the company is aware that it shouldn't be taking too many chances right now. Then YG announced that BabyMonster's official debut would be on November 27. What surprised netizens the most was that they actually delivered on their promise to make their debut in November. Many even speculated that the debut was done in a hurry because it was announced just days after the company's founder, Yang Hyun-suk, received a prison sentence. However, the fans remained dubious because the company had said nothing regarding Ahyeon on her absence from the group hangouts or Instagram reels. Then YG revealed the big news: Ahyeon would not be making her group debut. Even the course of events in this case was highly chaotic. Fans were more than shocked when it was first reported that she had completely left the group for personal reasons. Yet again, she was the group's most popular member among Koreans and people worldwide, so losing her would be like losing the group's soul. However, some were delighted that a person with her level of potential could make her stage debut as a member of another group that would value her more. Rumors about the true reason behind her departure were also spreading. Yes, the company stated that she left for personal reasons, but fans came up with their own theories because it never seems to be so straightforward with idols. A few brought up Ahyeon's contentious pre-debut performance of Nicki Minaj's Feeling Myself, in which the singer was heard using the N-word. She received a lot of backlash from overseas fans who were upset that an English-speaking member could use the word while being aware of its offensiveness. At the time, the company pretended as if nothing had occurred, but when the word spread that Ahyeon would not be making her debut, people began to wonder if YG had decided it would be best if she left because he saw the controversy as a serious threat to her reputation. But given YG's past, this isn't likely to be the case. Actually, we don't believe that any company has ever given up on its idols, let alone the well-liked ones, who would generate the greatest revenue, due to cultural appropriation or the use of racial slurs, regardless of how bad the offense is. In any case, why the delay in announcing it, especially considering that it was 2 weeks before the group's debut and they had already begun to release teasers? So is she not making her debut because of that? But people also assume that YG's poor group management was the reason behind all of the fiascos. But things were already messy from the start. Before the 7 members made their debut, the girls were required to participate in a show. Afterward, Yang Hyun-suk revealed that not every member would be making their stage debut, a poor attempt at noise marketing. Following the show, it was declared that all 7 members would be included in the group's final lineup. But if you think that they will debut right away, you're completely wrong. Many assumed that Ahyeon became irate and abruptly left when she realized that the company was keeping them in the basement despite their diligence and was only pushing their debut while presenting them with all of these unexpected events. After all, she could have anticipated what her future as a YG artist would entail by observing how the other idols under YG withdrew. Moreover, given how much admiration she has for everyone, she could succeed as a solo artist. To give fans hope, the company decided to clarify in a follow-up statement that Ahyeon had not left but would only be missing from the debut for health reasons. They promised that as soon as Ahyeon recovered, she would join the other members. Although her fans were relieved to learn that she would still be a member, they couldn't understand why the announcement had been made so late, especially given that they were likely aware of her absence. The debut date and the company has forced her to take a break while she heals, or at the very least until her surgery is barely noticeable. Yes, Ahyeon is extremely attractive, but this is a fairly typical occurrence in the K-pop scene. A user on Twitter shared a screenshot of a comment which sparked the surgery rumor. The user who made the aforementioned comment claimed to be friends with a makeup artist in the K-pop industry. The friend in question claims that Ahyeon's unsuccessful surgery, which resulted in her reportedly requiring a second surgery, is what caused the delay in the debut. The company had scheduled the debut after her planned recovery because they believed her first surgery would go well. However, given the way things allegedly turned out, they couldn't wait any longer and decided to debut her without having Ahyeon join the group later. Another theory holds that Ahyeon broke away from the group and the company is attempting to hide it. Supporters of this theory cited the removal of Ahyeon from BabyMonster's Naver profile as evidence. Additionally, on November 16th, the Korean news website Top Star News mentioned the speculations regarding Ahyeon's present circumstances and standing within the group. They cited a post on an internet forum that claimed Ahyeon had left YG and joined another company which intended to debut her in the following year. It wouldn't be the first time that idols took a hiatus due to health concerns, after which they departed the group, and it wouldn't be shocking if Ahyeon was in the same situation given the company's past. Perhaps she was so tired of being mistreated that she made the decision to leave before things got worse, or perhaps it's the same with Pinkpunk. For those who don't know, before making their debut, Blackpink was originally going to be Pinkpunk, but a few members left, so the group shifted to Blackpink. What if YG decides to change up the lineup and release a completely different group than what was initially announced? Additionally, YG may be telling the truth. Her absence from the group's debut and the fact that she hasn't been seen anywhere point to a last-minute decision and a possible cover-up of something that happened behind the scenes. Once more, realizing how evasive YG is regarding one of their most well-known idols during a period when their stocks are severely endangered leads one to believe that there is undoubtedly suspicious activity occurring beneath the curtain. As good as YG is at avoiding things, I suppose the only thing we can do is wait for updates or even clarification. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Also, leave a like and subscribe for more.